Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. I'm Callum,
I'm Sam.
and today we're having a look at Talisker 10.
Basically, Talisker 10 is one of my first introductions to smoke and kind of, iodine, salty kind of brine notes. This goes well with everything. I've had it with meals of varying courses, and it's different every time, but it's good every time.
Yeah.
All right, so Talisker 10 by the sea is 44.8. I'm pretty sure all the other Taliskers are done 46, which is 0.2%, so it doesn't really matter. But that is a little difference. Basically, these guys started up in 1825. They did not do well at all and went through a little bit of ups and downs and kind of operating and not operating. Now they're currently doing fantastically. They've got a massive range of different whiskies. Everything we've had so far has been fantastic from them. The 10 being a single malt is just a really nice golden color. It's got decent, oily legs, nothing too extreme. And on the nose, light peat and salt with a lot of sweetness as well. For me, I got a decent amount of sweetness with this one.
I wouldn't call it light peat. I'd call it a moderate level. But I think
for me it's light, but it just depends on where you are, I guess. Where you are in your how much you've acclimated or how much you used to. The percentage of smoke impact that you get from certain whiskeys. If you're drinking Octomore, this is going to be super light. If you're drinking just Speysides and Highlands, this is going to seem much more extreme.
Yeah.
For me, it sits in that medium to medium light side. I get a lot of sweet apple notes and salt and stuff.
I think that's why
it's more briny than smoky for me.
I think that's why it sits on that side of sweeter peat though, is because those fruits come through. Normally it's
definitely
just peat. Whereas this is peat and then those noses come after it. Which
it's the peat part is kind of dialed down to the same level as the other notes.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of other Islers, this isn't an Isle, by the way. Well, it is. It's from the Isle of Skye. It's the only distillery in the Isle of Skye.
Yeah.
So they've got that going for them. Really nice, rocky, islandy area of Scotland. This is kind of when you compare other Islers, you look at Ardbeg, Lafroig, whatever, and you're going to get a lot more peat as that kind of shining note. And if you acclimate and you sit with it for a while, you get some really cool undertones and some complexities and stuff. But it's the peat has been dialed down to be maybe just above the other notes.
Yeah.
There's the brine and salt and stuff, but it's also a quite sweet smelling whiskey.
Sweet pears and apple peel. Or apple, maybe. Probably not the peel.
Peel, I don't know if I've ever peeled an apple.
Probably just
distinct
apple.
Difference between the apple and the apple peel.
Definitely sweet pear though.
I stuck my nose way too deep. It's pretty lively.
Oh yeah, it's not friendly at all. It's still quite challenging.
But it's I wouldn't say it's friendly, but it's just I wouldn't say it's not friendly, but I would say it's definitely it's just alive. It's you got to be careful not to just stuff your nose in there because it is it's not one of those dull, low-proof ones that you can kind of stick your nose in all the way and you don't really smell much. This, you'll get some burn and stuff. You're getting nice wood notes, oak, but also not pine, cedar or I don't know, just some driftwood, some kind of light. I don't know. It's just nice.
Yeah.
It's it's been touched with smoke as well, in combination with the oak.
Yeah. Palate is just smoke, brine, sea salt, and pepper. That pepper's actually really it's so pretty up the front.
It's so sweet. It's so sweet. I'm getting a lot more apple and vanilla on the taste. The brine and salt is there.
Really? I get it the other way around. I get peat, brine, and then at the back I get floral kind of fruit. But
no, this for me is not a massive kick. It's definitely there, but it's not. It's a good kind of middle of the road peat. I would not say it's close to Lafroig or Ardbeg or not even Lagavulin. I'd say it's probably just It's probably on par with Kalila.
Are we talking about
less,
the 10
a little bit
or
less.
as a distillery as a whole?
The 10, I guess.
Yeah, the 10.
The basic. Ardbeg 10, Lafroig 10, Lagavulin.
So I was going to say, if you're talking about the distillery, you're talking about the distiller's edition, and that's... I love that. That whiskey is so good.
That's a lot more peaty.
Yeah.
That one's a lot more peaty. That's nice. That's a lot more... It's got more rich fruits. There was some sherry impact from that.
It's really dark and rich.
It wasn't Oloroso. It was some other...
It was another one that was...
It was like...
It was like...
It sounded like Oloroso, but it was different. It was like... Orosso or something. I don't know. We reviewed it, so let's just watch that. I don't know. But yeah, that one had like much more dark fruits and stuff. This one seriously has got like apple, apricot, light kind of cedar wood.
Yeah.
Nice barrel impact, pepper, peat, salt, and a bunch of vanilla sweetness.
It's like a fruit platter that's served on a oak slab or something like that.
It's like they had the fruit platter, but then they put it on the coals.
Yeah.
And then put it out with sea salt. I mean, sea water.
Sea salt.
Just a big
salt.
bucket of just pure salt. So that's salty.
From memory, I don't remember the fruits jumping out as much as they do, but it's quite nice. I remember it being like really brine and like sea salt heavy, which it's there. But as we've been saying, that fruit is it's really cohesive, and they show up.
It's got a lot of sweetness, so you can that can either translate for you personally as to like fruity or vanilla, caramel. Like it's got some nice sweet notes to it. It's quite a sweet whiskey.
Yeah.
I still stand by that. This is more briny than peaty. It's got that like salty, briny,
more
touch of iodine. Yeah, but that's still got like a funky peat. It's just not like sharp barbecue peat like
an Ardbeg or something.
Ardbeg and stuff. Yeah, they're just different types. It's wild how different. Like everyone's like, oh, Islay, Isla's very distinctly Islay, but it's also there's so many different tasting. It's still its own spectrum of flavors in Islay. It's not just like Islay is one standard bunch of notes. Like so many differences between Ardbeg and Lafroig, and you go to the Brookleidic distillery, and then you go to Lagavulin and stuff like that. Like they're so different. You can pick them out easily.
The finish is really nutty now, by the way. Nutty earth, which is quite nice.
It's sweet, and the peat kind of lifts off, and it's more earthy. It's more like it's not the burnt smoke peat. It's more like the actual vegetation itself. Yeah. It's like a bit more. Yeah, I don't know. It's nice though. I like it a lot. I think that this is like something that I could easily drink daily, especially with like certain dishes. I reckon this is
fish. This would go amazing with.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon this would go really well with seafood. I was gonna say Mexican because I had fish in my Mexican yesterday that I made, but then I was like, it was spicy as hell, and
it might be a bit.
Experiences with whiskey and spicy food does not work. No matter how much you like both of them, it does not ever work. From my experience,
it blows either one out, doesn't it? Either the spice destroys your palate, or it destroys the spice.
Yeah, most of the time it's like you have the spice and then you drink the whiskey and it tastes like it's on fire and you can't taste anything except like burn and heat and stuff. And then you go back to your chili and it's like it's even more like cranked up than before. It's like the opposite of drinking milk when you have spicy food. Just cranks it up. I think if I had to compare this to something, it would probably be sitting around the Kalila level of smoke. The Kalila 12 or 10, is it? 12. It's a 12.
12.
Right? Yeah.
The Smoky Scott was Kalila 5. But this is a whole lot richer than that. So
yeah, it's much richer.
It's also richer than the Kalila 12, I would say. Just ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's kind of in a different way. I get like, I don't know. If you like Kalila, this one would be one to try, and vice versa.
Yeah.
If you're in that level of peak zone and you don't want to jump too far up, they're both relatively on par in my opinion.
I might link those both up there above, just so if you actually care, you can go check that out.
Yeah, and listen to whatever the hell we said about the Kalila, because I can't remember if we gave similar notes. I'm sure we did, because they're similar whiskies, but who knows? Alrighty, thank you for watching this episode of Everything Whiskey. If you liked it, leave us a like. If you want to see future episodes from us, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. If you do, we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.